What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Rain here, and today I wanted to talk about the upcoming patch and more specifically some of the buffs that will be done to uh, Zarya and Roadhog potentially because Zarya is my baby and Roadhog, I mean that's my main man right there. So I was happy to hear that they're going to be buffing Roadhog again after the nerf. I mean that was tragic how they totally just nerfed him into the ground. But now they're working on a buff. That's good news. And Zarya's Graviton is getting buffed. So that's also good news because I made both of these heroes. Um, what I wanted to focus on here today was kind of a meta discussion, right? Will this affect the meta in any way, shape, or form? The video you're watching in the background, nothing crazy. I think it's some pretty decent high octane diamond gameplay. I think I dropped about 10 grabs. I'm pretty sure if I counted correctly, it's 10 grabs I dropped this game. So it's pretty decent overall. So what I want to talk about is the meta. Is this going to change the meta in any way, shape, or form? Are we going to move away from dive comp? And the thing is, I don't believe so. Just off the rip, I don't think dive comp is going anywhere. For a number of reasons. I mean, Diva's still really good. There's just I know Graviton won't allow you to fly out anymore, which is great, but I don't because the heroes that are being played a lot are so mobile. I doubt they'll be in a position to get caught in like a 4-man or even a 3-man Graviton. You might get one, maybe a support or both supports if you're lucky. But in any case, do I think they're gonna move away from dive comp? Not really, but it will open up some room to possibly play different heroes like Zarya and Roadhog in certain scenarios, right? They won't be completely useless like they are right now. You just can't play them at in a competitive level. Now, with that being said, one thing I do want to touch on is this: what is meta really? Because the way I look at it, I'm diamond, so I play with other diamond players, right? And yes, Diva is very popular, right? But Winston at this rank, people just tend to feed with Winston, right? So it's like you can take full advantage of that. Dive comp isn't. You need some decent coordination, right? And anything below like Grandmaster, I don't think that coordination's there. So you still see a lot of Reinhardt. You still see a lot of Zarya. Like me personally, I've enjoyed the season for one reason and one reason only is because I can just get Graviton after Graviton by divas who like perpetually feed. So that's that's fun. So yeah, I mean, what is meta really in lower ranks? Well, at least this particular meta, because you need some, like I said, you need some decent coordination to run dive. And when Roadhog was still decent before the patch, like people couldn't run Monkey against me. Like there's no way they could not run Winston against me. I would punish them every single time, so they would have to switch to Reinhardt. And so I mean, one thing you have to take into consideration is rank, right? And honestly, I don't mind if Blizzard wants to cater to higher ranking players and then just kind of have it trickle down to the lower ranks. That's fine. I don't mind that at all. That makes sense to me. But on the same token, it's something that has to be taken into consideration to an extent. Is that the meta at this point in time is honestly not bad. I think this meta is much better than quad tank. Quad tank with Ana, because here's the thing, I'm a console player, right? So when quad tank was a thing, because Ana was so good, see, people on console shouldn't play Ana. I mean, I'll get into this in more detail in a later video, but I've never played a game where somebody went Ana and I was like, damn, this guy's a good Ana, because she's hard to play. She's one of those heroes that are so much harder to play on console than it is on PC. So it's not no knock against anyone personally. I mean, it's a difficult character to play on console. So quad tank was a horrible meta. It didn't. It wasn't fun. Season 2 with Reaper was a lot of fun. When they buffed Diva, I think what was that, season 3 or season 4? I'm not too sure. But when they buffed Diva and everyone was running Diva when she had that 400 like armor, that was pretty crazy too. But I didn't mind that too much. I don't mind dive either. I think the only meta that I like honestly disliked was quad tank. Dive meta is fun, honestly. If I could get into games where people could actually run Winston and have some kind of coordination, like the very few games that I've been able to play with like a coordinated Winston, and I would go Genji, or you know, our team was just cohesive. I was a lot of fun. It was really fun. I mean, with that being said, it honestly boils down to this, right? They're buffing Zarya, they're buffing Roadhog. Will they see any play in the current dive meta? They'll see more play for sure than they are now, but I don't believe dive is going anywhere. I still think dive is very strong. Tracer's very strong. You know, Diva's still very strong. And Ryan is not. I don't think he can work in this meta, so I don't see him coming back. Even though they are also, I forgot to mention, they are buffing Reinhardt as well. Some quality of life changes for the most part, but they did increase his swing speed, which is good. But do I think he's gonna be in the meta? No, I don't think he's coming back anytime soon. Who else are they changing? So they're buffing Zarya, they're buffing Roadhog. Potentially, now these are not on the live server, so I haven't been able to test it myself because I play on console, right? I don't have a gaming rig like a gaming PC. I'm trying to get one. Blizzard, if you're watching this, hook me up, man. If I had a gaming PC, I'd be on PTR all day, every day. I'd be reporting to you guys, you know, on the hour. Let me know what works, what doesn't. You know, I'm very passionate about this game, so I'll be, you know, trying to figure out, you know, what makes sense and what doesn't, and definitely posting on the forums. But for now, at least, I'm just waiting for it to go on the live server. If it does, if they do go through with these buffs, I think they will. I don't see why not. Now they're nerfing Doomfist already, which is unfortunate because I'd rather have a hero come out the gate overpowered than underpowered. And Doomfist is, I mean, he looks like such a fun hero. I played him a little bit on PC, and he's so much fun to play. I just wish that they would leave him the way he is. I mean, let him be a little overpowered for a bit, right? So that's unfortunate that that's already being, you know, changed. But I mean, obviously, what can you do, right? Balancing is important. It's not easy. I could definitely appreciate that. Now, here's the thing. You know, for the record, I know that my tracking gets a little shaky at times during this gameplay. Don't hate me. My controller is completely fried. Like, my thumbsticks are just, they just don't work properly. Like, my left thumbstick doesn't even, I can barely walk forward. Like, my left thumbstick is completely jacked up. So yeah, my tracking is a little shaky at times, so just, you know, don't watch that. Just apologize for that part. But in any case, the gameplay itself is pretty high octane, so that's why I wanted to post it in, because, you know, Zarya is being buffed. I thought it was relevant. This is a recent gameplay, so this is with the hog nerf and everything. But yeah, I mean, Reaper's getting a slight buff too. That's cool. I really don't mind Reaper getting buffed. I enjoy playing Reaper. I don't mind if he's in the meta whatsoever. If he gains more popularity, that's great. This is completely unscripted, folks, so you're gonna have to bear with me. Just looking through my just watching the video here, enjoying my handiwork. Psych. But one thing that I also wanted to mention when it comes to meta discussions, right? I never understood anything that kind of favors fast-paced or high-octane gameplay. I'm for, and I always feel like the heroes that should be at the top of the food chain are the ones with the highest skill ceilings, like the Genjis, like the Tracers, like the Zaryas, like the McCrees, and the Soldiers. Soldier, he's a little more easy mode, but because this kid is so good. But even so, like, having decent aim and having good aim and good positioning is should be rewarded, right? I never understood why they had such a beef with Roadhog, this whole one-shot mechanic. I mean, in all honesty, how many heroes in this game do we know that are really that are questionable with their one-shot mechanics? I mean, although I don't mind Widowmaker, because I think it takes a lot of skill to play Widowmaker, for the most part, honestly. I mean, she can literally one-shot half the roster, no? Every DPS, every support, every defense hero she can one-shot. Just some tanks that she can't one-shot, right? So how about Widowmaker? How about Hanzo? His scatter arrow can literally one-shot half the roster as well, right? Is is Scatter Arrow really more annoying than Hook? Is it more skillful than Hook? I think Hook is much more skillful than Scatter Arrow. They buffed Symmetra because she wasn't getting used. Honestly, I say who cares? I mean, if you think Symmetra's cool or if you like to play her, fine, play her in quick play. But why buff a character like Symmetra that can give you fits at times, because Symmetra Torb is a thing, and unless your team is like somewhat coordinated, it's kind of difficult to overcome once they get that you know, Symmetra Torb armor, shield, or tele rolling. It just gives them too many second chances, right? So why buff Symmetra? Why make her gun stronger or give her more range? Why, you know, give her 6 turrets? Like, if she's at the bottom of the totem pole, leave her there. So there's some heroes that deserve to be at the bottom, and this is the way I look at it, right? Regardless, there's always going to be heroes that are at the top of the food chain and heroes that are at the bottom, right? Whichever way you try and balance or you try and spin it, there's always going to be the best and the worst. And like I said, the ones that deserve to be the best are the ones that take a great deal of skill to operate and to master, like the Genjis and the Tracers. That's why I have no problem with dive meta, because Winston is not an easy hero to play. You have to be very smart, your positioning has to be very good. You have to be able to LOS damage correctly. You have to be able to work with your D.Va. D.Va is a little different. I honestly think that her sole purpose is just to sponge damage and eat ults. Like, it's not the most skillful hero in the world, so I don't mind if they buff D.Va or nerf D.Va, sorry. Even though I like D.Va as a hero, I think she's cool. You know, I don't mind her too much, but I understand why people hate D.Va. I totally get it, right? Same goes for, you know, like the characters or the heroes that I just mentioned, right? Like the Symmetras and the Widows and whatnot, right? It's like, I don't get why there was such a problem with Roadhog's hook. It was not that bad. It was actually very crucial, because as a Roadhog player, believe it or not, at least in my rank, the brunt of like the load was kind of put on your shoulders, right? Because people would go DPS, but then they would get on your case for not killing the Tracer. Like, I couldn't even tell you the amount of times that I would have like a soldier or some Genji on my team, and the Tracer's just like wrecking them, and they're like, man, our Roadhog's not hooking the Tracer. But I mean, you're a DPS, so it's kind of your job to kill the enemy DPS in a sense, right? I mean, I can go into detail about, you know, whose role is what, but for the most part, right? Like, people look to you to carry with Roadhog, and now you can't do that anymore, so you're kind of forced to like depend on your DPS more so, because I'm an off tank player, right? So I play Zarya, Roadhog, and in some instances Zarya just doesn't work, so I need Roadhog, like on Gibraltar. But the thing is, in all fairness to myself, I still play Roadhog on Gibraltar and I do just fine. Like I said, meta kind of like evolves with rank. Just because Grandmasters and top 500s play dive doesn't mean that the lower ranks play dive, or even if they do, it doesn't mean they're pulling it off correctly, right? So there's a lot of factors that really go into it. Now, they are buffing Roadhog as we mentioned, so that's good. I definitely look forward to that. I mean, there's like one of my crazy theories. I know this might sound nuts, but what I wanted them to do, because I don't enjoy fast shooting Roadhog. Like the Roadhog they have now, I don't need him to be mobile. I don't need him to be super tanky. 600 health is fine by me. No armor, I'm okay with that. What I want them to do, one of my theories, one of my ideas is just give him 2 shots, make his damage back to the way it was, give him only 2 bullets, so that you're forced to combo. Like, he's nothing outside of his combo, right? If you mess up the combo, then you're basically like a walking ult charge, which he is already, right? But it's just like a kind of a loose idea for me, right? Just give him 2 shots, make him super strong, make his hook, you know, effective. Not this hook 2.0 ridiculousness where you hook a Tracer, she blinks out of it, you hook a Reaper, he races out of it. None of that. Make his hook strong, make his gun strong, give him 2 shots, leave him at 600 health, and I think he'll be alright. But it's just an idea. Who knows? It might be overpowered. I mean, I'm a Roadhog and Zarya main, so I don't mind if he's overpowered. But in any case, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed my little commentary / rant. I appreciate you all. Please like, comment, subscribe. And this has been your boy Rain. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.